but you. My romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon passing by. No month of May, no twinkling star. Bandoga de gonge gonge go golorere. To the motherland I take my flight solo. In another land I'll be tonight. Let's go. New York, Paris, Senegal, Dakar below. Yesterday returns to my row. With me weathered spirits coming back in tow. They return to the home they left long ago. In my mind, my heart, my soul, cargo. Yesterday returns to flying above Mediterranean waters. Cross my middle passage in reverse. Oh, talk of blessings mixed with talk of curse also. Talk of family lost and dispersed, although away tales of transformation and triumph follow. Yesterday returns to my row. Yesterday returns to flying above Mediterranean waters. Cross my middle passage in reverse. Oh, talk of blessings mixed with talk of curse also. Talk of family lost and dispersed, although away tales of transformation and triumph follow. Yesterday returns to my row. To the motherland I take my flight solo. In another land I'll be tonight. Let's go. Tales of transformation and triumph follow. Yesterday returns to. That was Tarataka Uno accompanying me on my original tune, Soul Cargo, from my new album, Matter of Time. We're going to do one other tune for you. We're going to do another original. This is a love song, a ballad called Sometimes You Just Know. Sometimes you just know what you're never told. Words cannot compete. Words are incomplete. It's too far to go to try to explain the ineffable. Dare not speak its name, and silence too can speak volumes without refrain. Don't interrupt the things which cannot be contained. Listen to what's said, then regain your heart. What is in your head's only just a start, so trust what's true and think it through. Although what you're never told, sometimes you just know. And silence too can speak volumes without refrain. Don't interrupt things which cannot be contained. Listen to what's said, then regain your heart. 'Cause what is in your head's only just a start, so trust what's true and think it through. Although what you're never told, sometimes you just know. What you're never told, sometimes you just know what you're never told. Sometimes you just know.
The most beautiful, beautiful sound. And Miss Amy Allen and the very fine pianist Tada Taka Uno right here at WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem, on this International Jazz Day All Global Concert, which is live from Paris. Amy Allen, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Again, I am Lamont, and this is Lamont's Jazz. This is WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
Hey, folks, and Lamont's so apt to doing that so often, you know, and you got to admire him when he comes in there like that. But this is Kadir, and my jazz show is Nutmeg Jazz in the Middle, and I come every other Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. And we also have here in the studio, we have Daila, who on Saturdays from 6 to 11, First Light Jazz and Talk, and Garden of Tranquility. That's from 6 to 11 on Saturdays. Also, every other Wednesdays that I'm not in, we have a sister doing Jazz of Harlem. And why we're here today is because we're fundraising and needing your funds to keep us coming in here. Listen, how many places can you go to have jazz, have 4 people sitting in the studio giving you an international jazz perspective? Actually, and we got live music. And listen, we got more live music coming later on in the program. So don't leave. Know that you at the Harlem Talks. Harlem brings you jazz. And we're glad to bring you jazz today. Let me give you the phone numbers to call in at. 212-650-6903. Also, 212-650-7481. Let me just say that again. So if you miss with my Puerto Rican Trinidadian accent, I'll say that again. 212-650-6903. Also, 212-650-7481. You can call those numbers all the time while we're here. And even after we leave the air, continue to call. Any donation will be great to us. Any donation that you just go in your pocket. Nothing's too small and really nothing's too big. So if your pockets are deep, donate. If your pockets are short, donate, you know. But we're still going to be here bringing you jazz and all the other information. And
whatever it takes, we're here to celebrate International Jazz Day, right, Kadir?
That's absolutely correct.
We're celebrating in a big way. We have our listeners coming into the studio. Sister Nancy Ivy's here. God bless you. And bringing money, too. You know, this is bringing the support and appreciation for what it is that we're doing. And you can do that online at whcr.org. You can press the donate button and donate online to us. We appreciate everything that you've got. There is no amount too small that we love.
That's correct.
And there's no amount too great.
That's correct.
You know, that will help to keep us building through our phase 2 and all. You know, it's an auspicious day, International Jazz Day around the world.
Isn't that wonderful?
Isn't it wonderful?
Just wonderful. It's great. You know, I mean, you're able to listen. And just when we started the show this afternoon, Diana got right on the computer and pulled up live while we're here what's going on in Paris today. The jazz festival. Herbie Hancock, I think he was the MC, and
there was Herbie Hancock. There was Wayne Shorter.
Al Jarreau.
There was Al Jarreau and Dee Dee Bridgewater. There was a little bit of everybody. There was Diane Reeves
and
did I say Wayne Shorter?
Wayne Shorter, and we're just naming a few. You know,
That's right.
I mean,
just a few.
Tip of the bucket.
I'm telling you.
You know, so
and all of this live from the host city in Paris, and 5,000 other cities around the world, including your Harlem, are celebrating International Jazz Day today. Yes. And you know, we've got a little Latin tinge that we are dedicated to this year in International Jazz Day in Harlem.
Okay.
You know, Steve Kroon has been doing a marvelous, beautiful job, and I think he's going to come in and play a little something for us for International Jazz
Look at
Day.
that.
And we're going to bring a little of his music right up, right now.
Great.
Même si on fait des repères.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Great sound.
Steve Kroon, live. Now, Tina was asking the right question. Where in New York City can you get jazz live on your radio station?
I mean, just like that. An artist like Steve Kroon.
That's right. Wait, yeah, that's right, live. Oh, thank you, Tina. Very good. Trying to follow instructions and walk and chew gum at the same time. Need a little help.
That's why Tina's in here.
That's why Tina's here.
Yes. Let me just say this. 212-650-6903. 212-650-7481 is where you can call in to donate whatever you have.
That's right.
Yes.
You can call in. You can contribute to our cause. We're bringing you from the heart.
Yes.
From the soul.
From the spirit.
From the spirit, our divine love of this music and the great artists who share it. And now we got Steve Kroon live in the studio, and we are so honored to have it. Hey, Steve.
Hey, on the one. How are you?
On the one, brother. On the one.
Right on.
Oh, my God.
What a pleasure being here with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know,
Thank you.
for International Jazz Day in Harlem this year at WHCR, I was inspired to call on Latin jazz and Afro-Cuban jazz so that we could honor all of our threads and all of our developments and all of our intermarriages in the music. And, of course, you bringing the history of our involvement there in a very dynamic and powerful way.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, being born in Harlem, I'm very proud of that, too.
Oh, wow.
And I think a lot of the growth and beauty of Latin jazz came through Harlem, the Harlem years, man, the Renaissance, the cats. You know, that mixture between the jazz musicians, the brothers, and the Cubans, the Africans, and the Puerto Ricans that were here, it all kind of blended and made this one thing. See, jazz, first of all and foremost, was such a foundation, such a great body and soil for everyone to want to get involved in and put their roots into it too, because the music was so rich. You know, I mean, melodically, it was chord changes, everything was so ahead of its time. And to be able to add rhythms to it was such a beautiful thing, that melting pot, you know? And we all know that the founders were actually, they say Diz and Chano, but Machito, Mario Baza was very important, very instrumental.
Talk about it.
He was the man, Jack. And that Machito Orchestra was something else, too. Those bands back in the days, actually, the three big bands that they called, they were from the Palladium, was Machito, Tito Puente and Tito Rodriguez.
Tito Rodriguez.
And these cats had 16-piece bands, orchestras.
16-piece.
Yeah, and
With big horns.
Big horns. And the thing that was so beautiful is that Machito and them, Mario, he played with Chick Webb.
Oh, yeah.
And he was very responsible for bringing Diz in the group.
Is that how that did?
Yeah, and he
That
also,
developed like
they
that.
say he was responsible to have Chick Webb go to Apollo and check out Ella Fitzgerald. So Mario was
And
really...
the rest is history.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Mario
a big
was really the cat. I mean, he was really,
Mario
really,
Bassa.
really heavy cat.
Wasn't Chick Webb the house band at the Savoy Ballroom?
That's right.
Okay, and
Yeah.
back in the day on a Sunday afternoon, that's when all of the hoofers hung out.
Yeah,
right here
yeah.
in Harlem Community. The Savoy
Yeah,
Ballroom
that's
was
right.
143rd Street and Lennox, Malcolm X Boulevard, Lennox Avenue.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was before my time when my parents went there.
It was before all our time.
And what was really...
Yeah, they
What
were
was
doing
really-
the jitterbug.
what was really
and
beautiful-
Lindy Hop. And
You know, my family is first generation in Harlem, from Puerto Rico, and Spanish Harlem. That whole right there at that time in that era, like my parents. I mean, just being first generation, my father was really deeply rooted into the Latin. You know, Machito, Puente, Contijo, and all that. That was his roots. My mother always wanted to sing. She was into also Ella. You know, Mr. B, and you know, Cal Bay. I know she just loved that, you know, and they both embraced it.
Billy Eckstein.
Yeah, so they went to all those clubs.
Yeah.
They didn't just go to the Palladium and all. They went to the Savoy. Me and my father told me, man, he said, wow, man, he saw those bands. And he would tell us about it and all, you know.
Both your people Puerto Rican.
Yeah. My mother and father were born in Puerto Rico. My grandfather, my mother's Rodriguez. She's from Ponce.
Ponce.
Yeah, my father is from Santurce, but his father's father, Kroon, is from Curaçao.
Curaçao.
So he went to PR, you know, met my grandmother and started the whole milkshake over there, you know.
I hear you. Beautiful.
Kroon came over.
Beautiful, because when I think about the migration of Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico here to the United States, I thought that was in the early 50s. And
It was.
It was.
It was in the early 50s.
Okay, well, now they were still hanging out at the Savoy Ballroom back.
No, my father, they came here before. They came here a little early in the 50s. My father and them were here in the 40s. Yeah, they came.
I got you.
Yeah. But no, but they did get to go to Savoy and see that and all, you know?
I hear
Listen,
you.
guys, we're going to take a moment just to do a little musical chairs, which is something I always like to do.
Yes.
You know, in the
And while we're doing
gardens.
the musical chairs, remember, this is also a jazz fundraiser for this radio station, WHCR.org. And it is important that you support this station. You have to go to our website and go to the part of the website that says donations. And you can, we have a very safe, secure way for you to do that. WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. Go to the station, Kadir.
Oh,
And?
and also you can go to 212 or call. I'm sorry,
Call.
call 212-650-6903, and also call 212-650-7481, where you can donate. There, we have a live person picking up the phone for you and having a conversation with you, taking your information down. So please have Steve come back at another time. But the only way we can do this is by your donation.
We need your support, people. We really need your support. We really need it badly. In fact, if you are in the neighborhood, you can walk your support over here.
We'll take
That's-
it like that.
And we will invite you into the state. This is Harlem Community Radio. This
That's
is the
it.
People Station. You can come here right now. And you're lucky if you come here. We got food in the back room.
We've had
drink. We got a little
wonderful
bit of everything.
donations. We've got our general manager and our program manager in the house, in the trenches with us. We've got listeners in the studio. We've got all our jazz hosts on board and on duty here in the studios of WHCR 90.3 FM. And it is International Jazz Day in Harlem that we are celebrating with our tribute to Latin jazz and Afro-Cuban jazz, and we've got the authentic, real deal. Mr. Steve Kroon, who opened with his playing. Okay, the Conguero played an opening for us, so we're opening the way. And it's a beautiful thing. So come on and support us. Call us in at 212-650-6903. That's 212-650-6903. Visit us online at whcr.org. Visit us in person here at our studios of WHCR at 137th Street, between 137 and 138th Street on Convent Avenue, here in the NAC building in room 1-513. Be sure to bring some ID. Come, bring your donations, share some food. We got delicious food here. We've got good company, great music.
Great spirit. And
we will be here until 6 o'clock, so you got plenty of time to walk on over here with your donations and bring a little food. Now, you don't have to be rich. We will take $1. We will take 50 cents.
But
like
we will also take $1,000.
We will take $1,000.
And let me just say that the major contribution of brother, editor, and poet laureate of Harlem, Mr. Lading Caliba, is something that we are honored to have received. It is something that we so deeply appreciate. Lading Caliba and the poets, what he has given us is truly an inspiration, and it is a very lovely and large contribution to our efforts here. Thank you, Lading.
And also, we have additional guests come in later on during the program today, so you can meet them.
That's right.
We got Steve here sitting with us
Steve
right now. You can meet him.
Steve Kroon in the house. Yes, sir.
To get back at the coming here in the 50s. No, my parents came in the 40s.
In the 40s, okay.
Because number one, I'm 40. I was born in 48.
Okay,
so they were here well before that. A lot of came in the 40s. So they got to
that's what I figured.
But anyway, this is such a big and vast area to talk about. But some of the people in that area, because I lived in the Johnson Projects.
You know, where was the Johnson Project?
112 2nd Avenue or Lexington, all around.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, Felipe Luciano's from there.
Yeah.
Felipe.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like
Steve,
he's like a brother to me.
But while you was talking, I was really identifying with you because, see, my mother, same scenario,
Right.
father, because I grew up on 111th Street between 5th and Madison.
Right.
So I'm on El Barrio too. So my father also, man, he hung out with Tito Rodriguez.
They all
hung out there, man. Together,
Joe Cuba, his father had a grocery store.
Yes.
And they used to. My father was telling me when they had that famous Joe Louis fight, they were all standing in front of his store listening to him.
Okay, all right.
But Willie Bobo's from there, that area. Machito lived in that area. Puente. I mean, the barrio, Steve Barrios, man. I mean,
Barrios, all of them.
Yeah, all these guys, man. So this is, and they all admired and hung with the jazz cats too. I mean, the collaboration was really beautiful. Man.
Absolutely.
And we have to give credit to a lot of the early brothers who were here, the pioneers like Joe Cuba. I mean, I'm sorry, Mongo Santa Maria.
Yeah.
Mongo opened up everybody's head.
Let me ask you, Steve, where does Cachao
comes
in all of this?
Here's a great story with Cachao.
Go ahead.
Because during the time when Cuba was first cut off with the whole thing that went down, we just had
Corliss.
all the Cuban music and all.
Yeah.
Have some food.
And at that time, all the like Puente and Ray and all the Legre All Stars, Charlie Palmer, they were playing all the Latin jazz and all that stuff like that. And they had a lot of great records coming out and all.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, in the 60s, Cachao came out with Cuban Jam Session in Miniature. Ooh. When that record came out, it changed the world. Man. I mean, everybody just fell out. And that's the first time we heard Tataguines.
Yes, okay.
And it was like, whoa, who is this?
Yeah.
And that kind of changed up the whole kind of the approach in the jam sessions, the way people were making the records too. They got it got a little more freeform.
Yeah. Well, I got Cuban Jam Session 1 and 2.
That is a killer. But
somebody else going to play.
Somebody else you got to give a lot of credit to, man. When Jerry Gonzalez and Fort Apache came,
Fort Apache band.
Because I think for Harlem. And I mean, for New York or Harlem, because they're from the Bronx, but you might as well say they have the Harlem vibe in them.
Well, they had the influence.
They had yeah. But that group with Steve Barrios was in it all. Jerry and the Gonzalez brothers and all them. The way they mixed and fusion, Afro-Cuban music and jazz was a beautiful marriage, man. They really took it to another zone. You know what I mean?
Okay, this is my cue. Let's do the musical chairs. Let's you take this chair right here, Steve, and pass that chair on to Lamont. Lamont can sit down and get in the conversation too. And Steve Kroon and Kadir Perez are having a good old time. Kadir, I'm going to get you over here. You're going to put up some of your music.
I certainly will.
You know what I mean? And in the meantime, I'm going to play some more of Steve Kroon's music.
Stay tuned.
Right on.
212-650-6903.
Or you can go to our website and donate. Go to WHCR.org. And please, we need your donations. And like I said, we're going to be until 6 o'clock. We got plenty of food. You can walk to the station if you choose to. Make sure you have ID. Say you're coming to the station. We will let you in with your donation.
With your donation.
With your donation.
And let me just, and we're going to let you in anyway. Now, okay, guys, let's not get crazy here. Okay, we're not going to let anybody
Just
out of the house.
Just trying to motivate.
Okay.
I want to thank Joseph Thompson Jr. I want to thank Nancy Ivy. I want to thank our great contributors, Miss Corliss Hansen just walked in with a check. Our Lady Caliber knocked our socks off. Huge. Oh my God. And here comes Michelle Rosewoman. Okay. We're doing our ting today.
Ting.
Welcome.
I like those.
And she will be performing later.
Great.
Listen, no, Michelle is going to have a great interview with us in just a little while.
Okay.
But we got Steve Kroon in the house. You know Steve? It's a wonderful thing.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Yes, indeed. Steve Kroon right here at WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. You just heard Mizu Agua Sakai with Sakai Curtis.
He wrote it, yeah, and arranged it for me, yeah.
Okay.
It's from my album, Without a Doubt, Sin Duda.
Sin Duda. Mm-hmm. Sin Duda right here. And you have some events coming up.
Yes, I have.
City College for the Arts presents Harlem Afro-Cuban Roots featuring... I'm reading the wrong thing, I believe.
Yeah, no, I have it here.
Okay, please.
Yeah,
please.
yeah. No, we're going to be playing for the Brooklyn Jazz Consortium in Brooklyn, their gala fundraiser for the year, which is going to be a really terrific, great affair. It's on Wednesday, May 13th, from 5 to 11 is a free buffet starting at 5 o'clock. And it's located at Sugar Hill Restaurant Supper Club, which is 609 DeKalb Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
Heavy.
And come on out and support, man. It's a great organization in Brooklyn, and it's going to be a good time. A lot of fun people.
Yes, and I'm sorry.
Go ahead. And the band's going to be kicking.
And I did started to say, and I interrupted myself. The City College Center for the Arts presents Harlem Afro-Cuban Roots featuring Yosvani Terry and his Afro-Cuban Roots Yedegebe Ensemble. And that will be Friday, May 15th at 8 p.m. Also, I'd like to add, WHCR, we're having a pre-Mother's Day dance fundraiser, and that is on Friday. That is on Friday, and Friday is tomorrow. Am I correct? Friday is tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow evening. And that will take place at the Prince Hall at 454 West 155th Street at St. Nicholas Avenue. And it will be classic soul, R&B, and disco with a touch of house. DJ Justice, DJ Howie D, DJ Vince the Prince, and Stunner DJ. And the tickets are $20 at the door, and we can announce that because it is a fundraiser for this wonderful radio station. So there is a lot going on in this station. And right now what is going on, we are highlighting Jazz Day, International Jazz Day here in not only at WHCR but also all over the world. Mother's Day. That I announced that. Now, what's going on? Hold on, folks. Let me get our bearings together. Where's the music?
That's what it's all about.
Put up on what? And play one. There we go.
Let's hit it.
All right.
That's why we're bringing you back there, man. Indeed. On the one, and that's the title track.
Yeah. You mind if I just say the musicians in my band?
I would love for you to.
Thank you, because I'm very proud of them, and I like to give them a plug every time I can.
Steve Kroon.
My musical director is Igor Atalita from Curacao. Bass is Ruben Rodriguez, the one and only. I mean, everybody knows who Ruben is. On sax and flute is Craig Rivers. On vibraphone is the great Brian Carrot. And our special guest on sax is Tim Reese. And also, I forgot to, and on this record is Vince Cherico. But in our live band, most of the time, Diego Lopez plays with me.
And see the beauty of our coming together.
Yes, indeed. And I usually always have the same usual suspects.
That is really great.
Family.
That's really, this is family, and this is family here for International Jazz Day in Harlem, with a tribute to Latin jazz and Afro-Cuban roots and its jazz expression. And I can't tell you how happy I am that all of you are in here having this conversation. We're almost at the top of the hour, so I'm going to, in anticipation of it, do our ID.
And that's a must.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
And my big brother Kadir Perez is in conversation with Steve about this wonderful, wonderful music as we come to the top of the hour. And
Steve gave us that. Steve gave a beautiful connection with
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow. And
That was
man.
you know, the thing that was amazing too, especially with the development of Latin jazz and the Afro-Cuban and all. Well, you know, you have to give much respect to the Cubans because, the rhythmic thing and the folkloric thing is amazing. You know, everyone embraced it here in Harlem and in New York right away. But, there's also came a nice strength, too, from Puerto Rico and from all of the islands, And what the thing about jazz is so beautiful is that anybody could put their little touch and their little spice, their little fling on it, because jazz gives them the perfect canvas for you to do that with. You know what I mean? The music itself gives you such richness and such soil that you could plant your own seed in it. And everybody wants to play along with jazz. Brazilians, Brazilian music and all. So it's wow.
The Brazilians, the Romanians, the Peruvians. I have got mixtures of jazz from everybody and all the iterations. And we are so privileged to Fresh Pot come walking in the place. Oh my goodness gracious.
Are we supposed to start singing? Is it?
Yeah.
There's a singer there. There's a singer there.
Oh, it's related. I love you, Miss D. Happy birthday to you.
Miss Allison Williams singing birthday for me and for her. Happy birthday to you too, baby. Yours is coming. You know what I mean? Did you get that cake that you got to pick up the cake today? There was so much cake on Saturday. It was outrageous. Oh, welcoming Allison Williams to the conversation. And I want to introduce our special guest for the top of the 4 o'clock hour here in International Jazz Day in Harlem at WHCR, Miss Michelle Rosewoman. Hi, Michelle.
I just walked in on a party 'cause it's already been going on. I'm late.
You're right on time, baby.
His party started last Saturday.
Oh, my goodness, indeed. Oh, thank you, Mamacita. Love and hugs and kisses to you, Alice. And this is outrageous. Kadir, I know you got to hit it, baby. Go ahead. Just tell me when. Say when. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What I need to do is just open up that conversation about this marvelous music, you know? Something so special, and it has always inspired such great feelings. I know growing up in Harlem, I was captured by it and the Fania All-Stars. And I just wanted to open up this conversation with you all about this music that's playing here now.
Oh, yeah. Well, Steve, go ahead, Steve. Because,
I mean, up until a certain point, no one heard a lot of what was coming out of like Cuba and all, the new kind of music and all. And when Cachao came out with the first record was Cuban Jam Session in Miniature.
Okay.
I believe it was like around 60, 62, something like that in the 60s.
Yeah.
When it came out, that's the first time also we heard Tataguines.
Okay.
And everybody went nuts because everybody was hip to Fajardo, and Cachao came here with Fajardo and the big band. They played the Palladium.
Okay.
And I had the good fortune of seeing Arsenio at the Palladium with his band. I mean, I'll never forget that.
Memorable, I'm sure.
My hair still, but I mean, this guy was. You talk about not only just Latin jazz, but the African in him, man.
Yes.
And that's what I loved about back in that time too, because Mungo too played with that real heavy African spirit, man.
Yeah,
that conga, you can hear it.
I think he spoke about it too.
Well, their roots their roots were still from the Congo and all that, and they spoke about that, and you could hear it in the rhythms and all, especially Arsenio. I mean, he used to play some, gang, gang, gong, gang, gang, gong, gong, wake up, gang, gang. I mean, that was some real boogeyman stuff,
Right. And just a boogeyman.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, Arsenio was deep, Okay. And I saw him in the Palladium, man. And he no piano, just the guitar, and, and they used to kill, man. But back in that time, we were very blessed that we had all these greats here.
Oh yeah.
And in the melting pot and the playing, man. I remember one time I was in the Palladium, and I was watching Machito play. And I saw this tall African American brother come in with this saxophone, just bopping up to the stage.
Right.
And they're playing.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the tune, he whips out his horn, and Mario looks at him and says, "Go!" And he just starts wailing a solo, man.
Yeah.
And the solo was over. He puts the horn back in the case and walks out. And I said, "Man, who's that, man?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dexter
Gordon.
Get out.
He was Birdland was right down the block.
Right,
they used to come in and jam.
Okay.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff he used to say.
That's what you appreciate, man.
That's
overlapping, man.
The overlapping.
Man, them cats used to do.
I remember one time we was in the Village Gate, and Fort Apache band was playing, and
Johnny.
No, Fort Apache, Gonzalez.
Oh, Jerry Gonzalez.
Jerry Gonzalez, and they're playing, and Jorge Dalto was in the band at the time.
Okay.
And they're playing, and all of a sudden, this guy's walking in, and everybody looks down, and they look and they say, "Herbie?" It was Herbie Hancock.
Wow.
So Herbie looks up,
Yeah.
and they said, "Could you cook me?" Herbie came up,
Yeah.
and they played Afro Blue, and man, where they went, Herbie just took.
He just got there anyway.
He just got into it like a flying saucer.
Okay.
But it was there at night. Knew that there was the presence of magic, man.
Well, that's what we're all about here in the International Jazz Day in Harlem here at WHCR. We are about the magic and the movement, and there is a foundation that we honor, and we get to honor this foundation in Latin jazz and its roots in Afro-Cuban music with some new Yoruba and our special guest, Michelle Rosewoman.
Oh, yeah.
So you see how she segued?
Well, Steve was helping me to do it all along. He was setting me up with every Cuban comment he made.
Well, the thing is that, this continues in so many experiences a little different because I came up in Oakland, California.
Yes.
And I was already deep into piano and the jazz traditions when I decided to take a class on Cuban percussion. And he who was teaching it, Marcus Gordon, came up in New York, best friends with Gene Golden. And the two of them were the first to bring the bata drums out into the public.
That's right.
And into the village vanguard.
A sacred drum.
A sacred drum. And so I stepped into the non-secular side of this tradition first thing. We learned 6/8 bembe rhythms and songs to the Orishas right off the bat. So I was in my room playing those rhythms, singing the cantos, and feeling the energy change. So that's when I started to feel the power of these traditions that began. At the time, I didn't realize that my path was being born. I was already deep into pursuing the jazz, and then this. But the worlds were very parallel. They were not. They didn't meet at that time. This was early 70s, and on the one hand, it was about maintaining traditions, learning them and maintaining them with respect so they wouldn't be lost. On the other hand, it's about expanding tradition. But somehow it's all of the same root, and there's no discrepancy, and that's why it all comes together in every form.
In every form.
And then
so
as
beautiful.
Steve spoke of jazz and the fact that it welcomes all traditions. There's something about the music. I mean, the Coltrane with East Indian musicians, Don Cherry with gamelan orchestras, Greg Osby with traditional Japanese instrumentalists, and it all's like, it all fits.
You know, some do it. You mentioned Gene Golden, good friend of mine, and I saw that I was there when they came. Rosolito was on the set too, and it really helped and taught us a lot of the traditional.
Polito was the man. Was here.
That's right. He was the one.
Now he was more private. With
yeah,
his knowledge.
but he embraced everybody.
Yeah, he was.
And there was a lot of heavy Afro-American brothers too. You know, Pablo Landrum. Ray McKinnon,
my teacher was
all those, but
it came right
Gene Golden, man, was the man.
Right.
You know what I mean? All those guys, man.
Gene is the original member of New Yoruba, starting back in 1983. He still plays with us sometimes.
Who were some of the other artists in New Yoruba?
Across history?
Yeah.
Or currently?
Well, you know,
or both.
Which would you prefer?
Well, we start with current because, well, let me say first of all, this group is always playing in Nahe to Orlando de Rio. Was the featured member of the ensemble for 25 years, and the blessing that was bestowed on me in my life. I mean, there's just no accidents. The way that I can't tell the beginning of a story because every step led to everything that's happened and that is happening. And by the way, I'm coming today from Harlem School of the Arts, rehearsing with Arturo Ofalil for the next 2 nights of Symphony Space.
How beautiful!
The project that we'd Cuba is being done here. It's called, and it's perfect. Station continued. Because his idea is where Chano Pozo and Dizzy Gillespie left off talking is where he's picking up. So he brought over Koto, who's a monster tres player, and he brought Alexi Bosch and Jacek Manzana, a trumpet player that's scary, and presented by various Cuban composers as well as by myself. So the next 2 nights will be at space for that.
There's that tonight and
That's
tomorrow, Friday and Saturday.
It's
That's
the
May 1st, and 2nd at Symphony Space on 95th Street and Broadway.
Right, but the New Yoruba will be May 8th at Joe's Pub, and the group at this time is with Roman Diaz, who is the center of the percussion center, Mauricio Herrera, and Abraham Rodriguez, and the lead singer is Ernesto Gato Gatel from Clave Wawanko.
Oh, yeah.
And Roman comes out of Yoruandao, which are these are the heavy folk groups in Cuba.
Oh, that's marvelous. And we have some more Cuba stories to tell here in International Jazz Day in Harlem. I'm just going to put a little musical bed while we do a little musical chairs and swing those mics around and give everybody a little share. It's a little something, and it's great.
Ah, wemba, eh. Wemba, eh. Oh, yo.
Nasako, anamuto wemba.
Ah, nasako, anamuto wemba, eh. Nasako, anamuto wemba, eh. Oh, yo.
Nasako sangan kanima, anamuto wemba.
Nasako sangan kanima, anamuto wemba. Nasako sangan kanima, oh ya yo. Nasako sangan kanima.
Wey tengbang, silonika mange, ifantiyin, sangan yoro, en baranamabo, yanamabo, yanamabo, anamabo. Anamabo, oh yo. tiene boca, este tiene voz.
Yarabia, cura yarabia.
Hacer el cruco rollo, boca, curiza, cabia, tiene voz.
Allison?
I am here.
Yes, indeed. And we're so happy to have you here with this beautiful music, the music of Michelle Rosewoman and the New Yoruba. We are International Jazz Day in Harlem.
Isn't it a wonderful thing?
It is a wonderful thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, in order to continue to be here and have all of these wonderful guests and have all of these wonderful events brought to us in a way that we may be able to put it out into the community and beyond, we must support WHCR. And in order to do that, the listeners must call in. Now, they've given me a couple of numbers. I'm going to give them to you. First number is 212-650-6903 or 212-650-7481. And if you want to go online, that would be WHCR.org. And that's how we keep it moving, keep it going.
That's Miss Allison Williams in the house.
And you can make a very safe donation. You just go to our website. Look at where it says donation, and the app will come up, and you can donate online to this radio station, this jazz fundraiser right here at WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. We really need your support. In order to stay alive, we really need your support. So please, area code 212-650-6903. Call now. Area code 212-650-6903.
Oh, Miss Michelle.
You know, I just want to say that I'm proud to be part of your programming here because a lot of people need to know about this station that don't.
I
And
agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know?
Absolutely. They need to know that we bring you marvelous artists live and in studio.
And-
all of you.
and
we honor
hosts
you.
and
your
unique
gifts.
hosts.
And we play long form.
Yes.
You know?
And you give history.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We give history.
It-
And,
it's
and
always good
anything
to
might happen at
education.
any moment.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
very true.
A birthday
Inc-
party could just break out.
Listen, let me tell you, wasn't I surprised when we got a little?
There may be a live performance of two of the guests that's sitting in the studio now.
Oh,
Lord.
Oh,
Shut
that.
up. Anything's possible.
I mean, I would love to hear Michelle Rosewoman and brother
Steve Kroon.
Steve Kroon.
And Miss Allison Williams
And Miss
may have a
Allison Williams.
song in her heart. You just never know. You know. You
Yes,
got-
indeed.
but that's what we do here in Harlem Community Radio. We're the voice of Harlem, and we are the voice of the International Jazz Day in Harlem here. And we're bringing live International Jazz Day from the host city in Paris on this 2015. Last year, the host city was Osaka, Japan, and before that, Istanbul. And the very first year, we were at the United Nations and in the 5 other locations around the world.
And Daya, next year, share where it's going to be. Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C., and President Barack Obama and the First Lady of the United States of America, Mrs. Michelle Obama, is going to host International Jazz Day in the United States.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And one of our listeners is coming into the studio, and we want you to join us too. Come over here to the NAC building at 137th Street and Convent Avenue. We're in room 1-513. We've got a little food, we got a little love, we have great music, we got a good vibe, and the spirit. You know, as we dedicate International Jazz Day in Harlem this year to the Afro-Cuban roots of jazz and Latin jazz, you know, you can tell us a little something about this sacred music and its connection.
And just generally speaking, all the connections, the other members of my ensemble right now include Roman Filiu, who is from Santiago. He is an amazing alto soprano player that somehow out of Santiago are coming some of the most creative, really, not just avant-garde, but avant-gardists that seem to, it's something in the water there. They're all coming out of Santiago. David Vireyes, Arwan Ortiz, where what comes out of Havana is different. But what's interesting, because Roman plays with Henry Threadgill for a whole lot of years, and he's just got that language from the deepest traditions to the most conceptual approach to the music that someone is usually born into and comes up with to have it like that. So when you talk about the diaspora, the connection, and the fact that it's a continuum, I just see that from every angle. You just see these great players coming out of Cuba that have something. There's a natural thing there. Maybe they didn't even hear the music till later in life, but it hit a tone. Just like here, some folks get exposed later on in life, but it strikes something in them. So it's a two-way street. As far as the sacred music, it's a different thing. It's a very different thing. You first heard the Abacuá tradition, which Roman Diaz is our master of here in this country. And after that was a song for Egun, which is for the muerto, for the dead. It's a very sacred tradition that is not readily exposed everywhere to everybody. In fact, I stepped into it real gingerly with this ensemble because it is something that's not just thrown to the public, because it's talking about deep things that include life and death, sickness and health, you know. But I've been blessed to have the greatest folklorists in this ensemble. You're hearing Pedrito Martinez on vocals and bata and congas, who's one of the greats here. Everybody's pretty familiar with him.
Oh yeah, one of the great voices of,
There's nobody like
music.
him.
Yeah.
And and the other players in the ensemble, it's been changing so much lately. at Joe's Pub, I have a young 17-year-old that comes out of Philly in the Clef Club, Lovett Hines, who's a great educator there, and I met him at the Jazz House Kids program where I teach every summer. Emmanuel Wilkins, 17, graduating this year. Everybody called him, Winton called him. They all want him. Everybody wants him at their school. At Juilliard, at Gary Thomas wants him down at Peabody. So he's a monster. I heard him when he was 50, and I said, this is scary.
Say his name again.
Emmanuel Wilkins. He'll be playing alto.
We have to look out for him.
Yeah, he'll be playing alto soprano with us on the 8th because Roman, who I mentioned earlier, he's running between Spain and Cuba for sickness and death in his family. Oh, yes. So it's kind of sad. Mm-hmm. But beside that, I have Tyshawn Sori on drums, Greg August on bass. Then we're going to play the Kennedy Center for the Mary Lou Williams Jazz Fest on May 15th.
Oh, fabulous. Mary Lou Williams. Yeah. Tell us a little something about Mary Lou Williams.
I'm probably not the expert, but just that she touches all of us with her unique language, her self-defined, being the self-defined person that she is, as her spirit continues to shape other people. And she had a huge influence on a lot of the players that were better known than her.
Yes.
So Mary Lou, to have a program that is in tribute to her, this is the 20th year, and my first time participating, so I'm proud to be.
She was greatly beloved.
Yes.
Greatly, and Jerry Allen does a very wonderful tribute to her on an album that is produced by Father Peter, I think it is.
Yeah, there's a whole, structure there for the very purpose of continuing to give her the honor she deserves.
That she deserves, absolutely. Steve.
Yes.
I'm so glad. I just wanted to open up the conversation here for International Jazz Day and keep it flowing and, invite all of you to bring your perspective on the music and the spirit that makes you do what you do and be who you are.
Well, it's great that you're showing different depths of this music, too. I mean, different sides and different, depths, because there's so much to it, too. It's not just one type of thing. The folkloric thing is very, very, very deep. And then there's the other side is more of the dance type or more, but it's all the same family. It all comes from the same tree.
Right here, you got in the background, you got the wawanko, the one rumba on the record.
Oh, is this the rumba?
This is the rumba.
Now, rumba extends from a sacred dance in the African tradition too.
Well, it's all connected, but that's uniquely Cuban form. But there's reference all the time to the African roots, to all of the sacred traditions are referred to in the words to the songs all the time, and it's definitely all connected.
Rumba.
Does this all come?
Howard Johnson.
Yeah, I heard that trombone.
Baritone.
Baritone?
Yeah.
That's just absolutely fabulous.
Does this music come out of also the Santeria Orisha traditions?
No, but again, it's constantly referred to within the song. This is like really, it is connected to the Abakwa rhythms. It's connected, right, Steve? You could probably speak on the whole history of the rumba.
It is, yeah, but not only just the rumba, but the bata and all. It's a sacred drum. You know, and it does. It is used
So this
as
is
traditional.
this is a sacred.
but not
music.
No,
not
it's
this
secular.
song.
This is
Secular.
secular.
This is
Yeah,
secular.
not this one. Rumba
Okay,
is.
rumba.
Rumba isn't. But the bata stuff and all, bata is
Bata.
bata, the bata drums.
The bata drum.
Yeah, that's the sacred stuff. But it's all African. It's
all
connected.
African. It's all African.
You know.
Yes, indeed.
And the wonderful thing about the African tradition was there was a sacred music for every color, a sacred music for every note, a sacred expression of the music for healing of every sort. And those are some of the things that we get to connect to, and some of the things that move us so deeply. And they are the custodian of them, if you will, is the Latin musicians, the Latino and Latina musicians who have been able to play those drums, those drum beats, those sounds, when we here in the United States of America, we're not.
Well, you know, what happened there is unique, not unique to Cuba, but also happened in Brazil and other places.
All the places.
Just where the slaves went, the traditions and the cultures went, and no matter the efforts to suppress the religions and the music and the practices, all kind of stuff happened to keep it alive. When the deities were taken away in Cuba, and saints were put in front of them, but the saint that held the double-edged axe, that's the sign for Chango. So without telling anybody,
Still Chango.
you know, Santa
Yes.
Barbara became Chango, and they look like they're worshiping Saint Barbara, but they're talking to Chango. So there was a whole syncretism that happened that never died, because if you go into the home of any Cuban that practices their religion, you're going to see both Jesus and Chango and Obatala. And the thing is, once folks were free to do what they wanted, by then the melding had happened and created a whole new form, both musically and spiritually. So musically, it's also rumba in particular. It's a complete synthesis of Spanish and African traditions. That's what makes it so especially beautiful and unique. Also, a lot of my friends, their parents speak Yoruba. They speak the languages from the Congo and Dahomey. So the maintaining of the traditions musically, spiritually,
Passed down.
that's why folks learned the rhythms as they have in Cuba, and that's why Cuba has been such a resource for people here. You know,
You were in a trip.
No, go ahead. I'll wait.
I was going to ask Michelle about a special trip she had to Cuba in the summer with other musicians.
well, that was this project with Arturo that's being presented here the next 2 nights. The very same. I went over with the Arturo O'Farrell's big band, and then there was Cuban composers and musicians that were a part of the project that wrote, as I wrote something for it called Alabanza, which means pride. It's being presented to the next 2 nights, and those Cubans that were part of the project are here to do it here.
Oh, are they visiting in the United States?
They're right here, yeah.
Yes.
There's a great tres player, which is a 3-string guitar, named Koto, and he's just a monster, un monstruo. He's something else. He's amazing.
Does he play with Elio Rivera? Is he the one that plays with Elio?
I don't know.
Changui? Does he play with that group?
Changui, yeah.
Yeah, he's that cat. Oh, he's amazing, man.
He's the best.
He's a killer, yeah.
Incredible.
He came here once.
He's been here once. He
He's
told
been
me
here. I
it's
saw him, yeah. He
It's the
came
second
with
time.
Elliot, yeah.
A lot of years ago. Long time ago, right?
Yeah.
So he'll be.
I saw him.
He's here for a week, so he's got some things coming up that only kind of people in the community will find out about, because friends are setting things up as they're here, as they're able to, so you might run into Koto here somewhere the next week or so. I'm sure he'll be trying to do as much as he can while he's here.
Another beautiful thing about the drumming and the culture of it too, it's been passed on from families, from generations to generations, and they've kept everything very much intact.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't. It's not like other things that change for a new groove or something like that. It's actually, everything has a position, has a place, and it has a language, and it's a conversation. You know what I mean? So
a continuing generational
that's
conversation.
Right. And it doesn't change. I mean, as far as what that is, that's traditional. That's so it is, and so it shall be.
It's hard to maintain, though, and thanks to people that we've had like Julio Collazo.
Oh, there's but there always comes somebody. Yeah,
Orlando Rios and now Roman Diaz, who's very old school but very modern at the same time. He's wide open,
and he's a beautiful person.
Beautiful person. He'll go anywhere musically, but at the same time, there's certain things you don't do because that tradition is being lost actually in Cuba. There's a few people working real hard over there to keep it.
Yes. It'll never be lost.
Just because the further you get from the homeland, the more it changes. The Yoruba, the language of the Bata, speaking the language has changed because people don't speak the language as they did. Yeah. I mean, it's bound to happen to some extent, but thank God for those who hold to the roots and try to make sure that they stay alive. And it's an oral tradition, and only those with like amazing memory. It's amazing what folks know by heart.
But you know something that's amazing, and one thing about living in New York, we always end up having the best of everything. All the people become the baddest, the best of whatever, they always end up in New York for some amount of time. Chonguito was here,
Yeah, I know. I saw
he was here. I know, but years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, with Tito Rodriguez.
Oh, you're talking about way
back.
Yeah.
Tommy Lopez, and they were friends and all. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if the cast that really become great, always end up spending a little time here in New York.
What a blessing.
There's something here in New York that they got to come and drink the water here, too.
That's right.
Which is great for all of us because we've all learned and
benefit from it.
I had to come. I'm from Oakland, but
you got to come to New York.
I got the Jones started coming. I used to come as a child. My father was from New York.
Yeah.
I used to come to visit, and I said never to live, but I like to visit. Then I started at the Keystone Corner during that period when I started studying and really studying Cuban folklore traditions. Todd Barkin brought Los Papines in there in the early 70s. That was amazing. In a Stone Jazz Club, he brought Los Papines. And the people I heard at the Keystone were all out of New York, and that's where all my inspiration was coming from. And I remember thinking, I think something's about to happen. And it didn't take long, and I found myself moving here because all the energy that was inspiring me was coming out of here. So I came in 78, so I have a few years here now. Not as many as you, but
it's amazing. I saw here one time I saw in a concert, must have been about almost maybe 15 years ago, but it was Chonguito, Tata, and what's his name? Giovanni Hidalgo together playing. That was stupid.
That is scary, yeah.
That was scary. I mean, that's the most beautiful thing I've seen in my life. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Because you had three masters, and the conversation and the respect and when they played together, it was incredible.
That must have been.
That was really amazing.
I had a question that I've been holding on to as I listen to you speak, and Steve, to you speak. You have been exposed to as you said, the best of the best in terms of what Latin jazz and Afro-Cuban jazz is. I come from a background of big band jazz. My father was a trumpet player and had his own big band. But I always had a love and been drawn to African rhythms, Latin rhythms, and what is Latin jazz and Brazilian jazz. That's just something that it just makes me feel all warm inside. And so I'm listening to the different things. And there are names that you've mentioned that maybe I have seen in print, but maybe have not had an opportunity to actually hear them or know that I'm listening to them, although I'm listening to good Latin jazz and Afro-Cuban jazz. But from a singer's perspective, coming up, of course, we had singers like Celia Cruz. And that was the pinnacle. That's who you look to.
Yeah.
She still is.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I find that I'm always interested when I catch programs about the lives of these artists and where they came from and what their struggle was before they got to the United States. And that's what gets lost. People don't know. And so I'm really drawn to that. We used to have a store called Colony Records where you could go and buy anything you wanted, sheet music.
That was you?
47th Street. 47th Street.
So we could go there
Yeah,
here.
you made some money off of me.
Oh, listen. No,
All
I
of
went
us.
to
All
go to
of us.
Colony looking for Celia Cruz, and I said I need another singer. I want to study this. I want to study the language. I want to learn. I want to learn and put that in my repertoire. And the man brought me out a CD by a lady named La Lupe. And I didn't know what it was, and so I listened and I loved it. Then last year, somebody put something on the internet, and I saw La Lupe, and it changed my life.
Oh, she was
And
bad.
I didn't know what she. I went to all my Spanish. Can you please translate what she's saying? Because I know she's talking to me. You know what I mean? And I'm a fan. I am a fan. And whenever I'm feeling like a little less than I should feel, I go online and I find her, and I just sit there.
I
and
got to
watch.
see her perform.
I just sit there and I watch her, and there's something that comes straight out of the screen and washes over me.
I saw her when she first came out. She came out. Mongo introduced her in the Apollo. And wow, you talking about electrifying.
Lightning in a bottle.
She was amazing. And then with the stuff that she did with Tito Puente, I mean, she was like, whoa. You talk about a fireball.
Yes, I remember
But
her.
yet, she would still sing a ballad and kill you.
Yes,
She could sing a ballad, man. And that's what a lot of the young generation can't do.
You know, I want to do a loop.
They can't do a ballad.
A loop over here because something coming up that people need to hear. But I want to say that I had the honor of performing with Celia Cruz at SOB's in the coro, in the chorus. It was
coro.
She had Orlando Puntilla Rios, and she did her Yoruba presentation, the Yoruba music, you know, and she was an amazing human being. I got pictures that I treasure.
I have pictures with her too, and I had an opportunity to meet her. And
Now,
we call her Auntie Ruth, the lady who always did her hair. So
no,
she would
she's too
with
much. You know,
cellulose.
she's the queen, like Aretha's the queen. And like, but coming up, because Celia did do a lot with the Yoruba tradition specifically, beside the secular. And coming up is a feature on this track of Bata, where you really hear the greatest depth of what this tradition of Bata drumming is. This is in the context of a song written for Yemaya called Where Water Meets Sky. In a couple minutes, it's going to feature them for about a 2-minute period at the end of this track that's so profound with what's happening. If you were to see, what you're hearing is one thing, but when you see who's playing what, that's the thing with Bata, because the middle drummer never plays often on a lot of, doesn't play the one whatsoever, and it's nobody gives it away with the foot. It's meant to be profound. It's meant to mystify, because it is it's about the mysteries of the universe, and the fact that the drums are speaking the Yoruba language and playing what they play. I can't even put into words how I add those two facts up, because when you hear it, it's like one of the deepest traditions of rhythm I've ever heard in my life. And you could spend your whole life, 5 lifetimes studying it. Ask a master, they'll tell you they have scratched the surface. So I'm trying to lead in. We still got another minute, so you can go back. I was trying to lead in. It's coming up.
Who was your father, by the way? He
My
says
father's
your father
name
was
was
a trumpet.
Bobby Booker.
Bobby Booker. And what was his band? Was it the Bobby
The Bobby
Booker
Booker
Band?
Big Band, and they came out of the Kennedy Center in Harlem
Out of the
on
Kennedy Center in
134th
Harlem.
Street, and they were one of the premier society bands in Harlem and the tri-state area and beyond for about 25 years.
Can we get a hands on any of his recordings? Do you have things?
I do not, and it's unfortunate that some of the things were lost. So much of so many things were lost, and what I do have right now is in storage. There's a book called Storyville, where they did a feature piece on him.
Out of New Orleans, Storyville.
And you can
Referring
find
to
that
Story,
online
yeah.
and what have you. And he had people like Dickie Wells and who else? Howard Johnson. What's our brother's name who was the trap drummer that passed away a few years ago? Heavyset. Wally Gator's dad played in my
Yes,
father's band.
yes.
Max Wally Gator's dad.
My boy, I
Right,
love
yeah.
Wow, you see, you see,
May he
you
rest
never
in
know.
peace. I love Gator.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
bring
it
this.
was a lot
I'm gonna
of-
bring this up, and we're gonna come back to this conversation.
Okay then.
It's all connected.
Say, say, ma. Yeah, ma, yeah, say, ma. Say, say, ma. Aye, le wo, say, ma. Oh, love me, oh, love you.
Oh, love me, dada, oh, love you, yeah.
fa iyamo kunyo.
Omolote, omotitio, eleyolate.
Oluba chigini mayelewo, yanya tolokun. Oluba chigini mayelewo, yanya tolokun. Era people oni yang, omolomi onde.
Oluba chikini, oluba. Oluba chikini, oluba. Chelo vivo pole ya o alamutanse.
Maya emi onde, omonde, mi onde gachu mama ya bele yo.
Emiote, omote, omote, emiote, cachupa maia cuello.
Emi onde, mi onde gachu mama bele yo.
Emiote, omote, omote, emiote, cachupa maia cuello.
Yema ya chegene,
Alamutanse.
yema ya chegene,
Alamutanse.
awoyo chigini,
Alamutanse.
yema ya chegene,
Alamutanse.
awoyo chegene,
Alamutanse.
yema ya chegene.
Alamutanse. 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 Alamutanse.
Osinyeba o yale, yema ya ye ingle ye lodo, yale yoluma yo icho nibe, okuma ye lodo kiti bambanya, yale umi yale, achaba yo. Dendere oni loyu, dendere abo, dendere kwekweye, iwo umbo awa ocha yami umani wayondo ile ondo, yale omi yale, omi o. I want to give a round of applause to Michelle. Oh, spirit. Walk in spirit, talk in spirit. Indeed.
And that reference to the foot, what do we remember? What do you mean by that? And what are we seeing that reference?
Oh, I was just saying that when the drummers play, they don't give away the time by tapping their foot. So he playing the one is not keeping himself in place with the foot. It's internal.
Internal,
which takes a little something more.
Yeah, thank you for that understanding.
Indeed. I have a ways to go before. We're in International Jazz Day in Harlem at Whcr, and I am honored to be in this celebration of jazz, Afro-Cuban roots, and its jazz relationship, its jazz marriage. Michelle, we're going to have your performance. We got a couple of performances coming up, and Steve, you've got a performance coming up too, right?
Yes.
Yes, please. Let you know where we can follow our Latin jazz influences.
You want me to talk
Michelle,
to Michelle first?
Let Michelle,
ladies first. Okay. Well, the next 2 nights I'll be with Arturo O'Farrell at Symphony Space as part of The Conversation Continued project, which features American-based and Cuban-based composers. Then I'll be with New Yoruba, this ensemble, on May 8th at Joe's Pub, and May 15th at the Kennedy Center for the Mary Lou Williams Jazz Festival in D.C.
Marvelous.
Hope you come out to Joe's Pub.
Yeah.
Now, I might see a Stephanie space. I know that on the 9th I will be attending my granddaughter's graduation from college.
All right.
Yes.
Celebration.
We're all happy, and thank you for sharing the happiness.
And that date again for Joe's Pub?
May 8th. Friday, May 8th, 9:30 p.m.
9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
May 8th.
Yeah, you should write that down,
Need to
brother.
put that down.
Absolutely. And Steve, Steve?
I'm playing for the CBJC, Brooklyn Jazz Consortium.
The Central Brooklyn
that's
Jazz
right.
Consortium.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
I'm doing their gala concert for the festival.
Yes.
And it's on Wednesday, May 13th. And it's going to be at Sugar Hill Restaurant Supper Club. Great food.
Wow.
609 DeKalb Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And the time is from 5 to 11, and from, I believe from 6 to 7, it's a free buffet.
You should be seeing
and
my
some
friend.
real good food.
My girl, Baritha Reddy, you should be seeing her there. She's part of that. She does the Blues Festival in Brooklyn.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And I hope I
wonderful.
see a lot more other people and some of you people out there in the radio world. I'm going to have to leave. And before I wanted to say one thing besides thank you for having me as a guest. And also, thank you for sharing this music and sharing my music. I mean, where would we be without you? I mean, it's so important that we have places to play this music, because if we didn't have people like you playing our music, I mean, where would we be? I mean, this music.
I'm not in it alone. Kadir Perez is
all
doing,
of y'all,
you
thank you,
know,
thank you,
Lamont
thank you.
Farouk Fana,
And
Tammy Shoji. And we are servants to you all.
Well, and we so appreciate it. And then I'm speaking not just for myself.
And Nelson
But-
Radames Rodriguez,
but-
and he just walked in the
That's right.
studio.
But behalf of there's so many great Latin jazz groups and artists out here now. They're all, putting out nice records and struggling. And we all trying to keep this art form alive.
Yes.
And on behalf of all of them too, I'd like to say thank you too. And we're being well represented with people like you, yourself, and all you great, DJs. And man, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I hope everybody supports the station and reports and tries to keep this art form and keep us our music alive. Because without you, we're nothing.
Well, Steve, just let people know we can get in. Got a website or some kind of contact
thank
information
you.
or
Thank you.
anything like
And
that.
I do. My website is www.stevekroon.com. But you got to do STEVEKROON. Don't put an N on it. Don't put an N on it. SteveKroon.com. And also, my CDs are available on CD Baby, Casa Latina, the radio, the train station on 42nd Street.
Underground.
Underground. Yeah. There's so. Thank you for helping us keep our music alive, and I hope you people out there enjoy our music and keep us alive too, because it's not just because of us; it's our whole heritage, it's our whole history, it's our legacy.
Well, you make it easy for us.
Thank
you.
you.
Make it easy for us.
Thank
the
you.
music is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, man. One love.
Well, you got
One
that
love.
long line. It'd probably be pretty interesting to hear Steve and me recite our influences, because what was coming to mind as you spoke of your background in big band was the fact that Duke Ellington and Charles Mingus are some of my greatest influences, along with everything else we've been talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, me myself, Mongo, Willie Bobo, Tito Puente, Batato, Ray Barretto, Little Ray. I mean, the new guys that are out too, Chembo Cornell, Giovanni Hidalgo, Tata. There's so many. I mean, Pedrito. I mean, there's so many guys. There's so many great players, man. And it's all like different flavors. It's like Baskin and Robbins, man. You could actually listen and hear something beautiful about each, Cachete in Puerto Rico. I mean, there's so many different guys with different touches, man. So many great Afro-American players, like I said before, man, like Ralph McDonald. Look at the contribution he did.
It's that spontaneous combustion energy. It's that raw,
right.
In the moment.
And thank God it's Africa.
Yeah.
It all goes back to the motherland.
It's so true. Let me just do the little housekeeping.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
We are at the top of our last hour. I'm sharing the duties here with Nelson. He's going to do some more engineering of our International Jazz Day in Harlem here. We're playing the great music. we're sending lots of love, and we want you to support us in return. So please give us a call at 212-650-6903 and, show some love.
Show some love. I mean, where are you going to go and find a good 5 or 6 hours of Latin jazz that we've heard? I mean, not just jazz, but you've got good conversation. You've got a history. I mean, I've heard history today that I don't even know, and I've been aware of. I don't hear that on other jazz stations, but I get it here.
That's right.
At WHCR, and we got a collaboration of folks in here today that is unbelievable. Like I'm in heaven today myself. I'm surrounded by some good folks.
But we are too, Allison. Allison, is something that us Taurus girls.
Well, Allison just dropped history too, so I'm
telling
appreciating
you,
that.
Right? We're feeling this, down to our toes.
Absolutely.
And Allison, I want a song from you, my darling.
You want a song? That's all you want is a song.
No, that's not all I want,
easy.
but I'll take that for now. All
Listen, as the song says, the difficult I can do right now, the impossible will take a little while.
You got it, baby.
Diela, we got Ron West on the line for you, and he wanted to say hello to you and Steve before.
Steve, our
We
buddy,
got Ron West on the line.
our
Wanted to
buddy
say hello
is
to
on
you.
the line.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Mr.
Good.
West.
Sounds good. I'm here with a student, but I have you guys on. I couldn't
Is
get up
that
to
the
today. 'Cause I
Ron
got
West?
Such a backup.
That's the Ron West.
That's Allison Williams.
Allison
greeting you,
Williams
man.
kicking it.
That's the
Ron West.
Allison Williams.
Allison's
greeting
getting
you,
ready.
Mr.
Allison is getting ready to sing for us.
Yes, she is.
Let me
honey.
pop in and say hi to Mr. Ron West as well.
Oh,
Michelle,
yes.
Ron.
Yeah, so
That's who
hello to
introduced
Michelle,
us.
Steve, and Allison, and you, and everybody that's coming through today.
That's right,
I'm
that's
sorry
right.
I couldn't get
That's
there,
right.
but I'm listening.
I'm glad. And say hello to Nelson. Nelson.
Hey,
good-
Nelson, Ron West, how are you?
He said hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't have my earphones. How you doing, Ron?
How you doing? I was trying to get
Yeah.
there today, but I have students scheduled, so I couldn't come up. But I'm listening on the
we're
radio.
having a party
so
in the
it's all
studio,
good.
and Allison brought the cake.
Oh, listen. Listen, are you guys going to cut the cake now too?
No. But we got all kinds of food in here and fruit and great, beautiful, shiny green apples and wonderful juices and
Wow.
Yeah. We got a party going on.
Well, if you're
in
going
here.
to talk, you might as well eat too.
It's one at a time.
Yeah. But listen, I have to go.
All right.
But I wanted to tell everybody hello, and it sounds great.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Good to hear
Okay.
from you.
All right. Bye.
All right, peace.
212-650-6903. 212-650-7481 is where you call in to make your donation.
Well, let me step in. With all your permission, of course.
Well, Allison
Good
is getting ready to
afternoon.
give us a little song as she
okay.
cuts out.
Okay, so let's do that 1st.
Yeah.
I just want to say, to all, we just have to welcome all the audience. We are actually taking the spot of Rincón Latino, which is a Latino show. It's very close to what Latin jazz is, the marriage of Latin music and the American music, jazz. All right, so we are here all together. We took that spot, but it doesn't matter. At this time, Willie Medina was on, and just
We
remember
love
Willie
you,
Medina,
the spirit of Willie Medina.
But anyways, we're gonna continue, But before that, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, now you asked for a song, but you didn't tell me which one, and I really have to. You got to make it a little less.
Well, that's all right. I want to make it as easy for you as pie.
Girl.
So I'm going to bring up some music while we think about this.
Okay.
And we marinate in it.
All right.
And while you're listening to that beautiful music, hey, pick up that phone and help us out, okay? Because we need your support and definitely need your support. Jazz is not commercial music. Jazz is for music lovers like you, people who listen to WHCR. The jazz department here is they're all here, and we're here for you, and we hope that you're there for us. So give us a call. Telephone number to call is 212-650-6903. Once again, the telephone number to call, and you can go online on Pledge, okay? But the number is 212-650-6903. And online, you can go online, and the little thing that you see there, the little sign that says Pledge, you can click on that and give us all your information, including your credit card, of course. Thank you so much in advance, okay? Okay, here we go. Where's your CD? Is somewhere here? Okay, this is live from the campus of City College, and Alison Williams is going to give us something to soon. She's been trying to. Come on, you got it. Okay, what track? This is live. This is live on WHCR, the voice of Harlem. And we are on marathon mode. Okay, we are on phone drive mode. We do this on every April. Every April we do this, and we're doing it this time. We only do it once a year. And this is the turn for the jazz people, and I'm sure if you're listening now, some of you are salsa people because Pedro Liz is on at this time, but we are on with the jazz people today. So call all the jazz lovers and tell them that we are here waiting for your support at WHCR 90.3 FM, and you can call us once again at 212-650-6903 is the telephone number to call. If you're a real jazz lover, there's only a few radio stations like this, and they're going to eradicate, they're going to disappear, and we're almost extinct. And if you don't help us, it's going to happen. Definitely. I don't want that to happen. Do you, Allison? Okay. All right. Here we are. What mic are you on? You're
I'm
on 4.
Number 4.
On number 4. Okay. So you're ready to...
I'm going to sing along.
Okay. So here we go. Number 10. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
For all we know, we may never meet again. Before you go, make this moment sweet again. We won't say good night till last minute. I'll hold out my hand and my heart will be in it. Oh, we know this may only be a dream. We come and we go just like a ripple on a stream. So love me, please love me now. Tomorrow may, it was made for some. Tomorrow may never ever come, for all we know. Thank you. to say Miss Valerie Simpson is on that track with me playing so beautifully. Please love me now. Tomorrow it may never come. Tomorrow was made for some. For we know. For we know. It is.
Indeed. Wait a second. What a nice, beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Allison. Wow. And you didn't want to do it. See?
The gift.
Rose Woman is just telling you that you have that gift, sister.
Yeah, what a gift.
Yeah. Can you tell us, just the same way you sang, tell the audience to call here to keep supporting this type of events that we're doing here.
It is imperative that we
Yes.
support this radio station. WHCR is the voice of Harlem. We are here giving a type of music and a type of presentation that you cannot find anywhere else. So you've got to go online, WHCR.org. You've got to call 212-650. You know, I don't work here, so I have to read the paper.
That's all.
You're working here now with us, honey.
650-6903. And you must call now, and you must tell your friends to call so that you can continue to get spontaneous, on the spot, live.
See, they're calling.
Just like
they're
that.
calling.
They're
See,
calling. The lights
they
gone on.
need that call. Yes. We need that call, and you need that call. See, they're
Yes.
supporting you. They're supporting this
And we
artistry
thank you.
that we have here live on WHCR. And there's more to come, so stay tuned.
International Jazz Day in Harlem here at WHCR 90.
That's right.
With Miss Allison Williams tearing up the studios. We're all floating on cloud nine. The gift of God expressed in voice and song and divine spirit. Go on there, sister. We love you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh my God.
Thank you for
Incredible.
being here.
Yes.
It is
my honor.
a pleasure to have you. It's an honor to
It
have
is
you.
such a pleasure. We've got
Yes, sir.
so much going on.
Okay,
We're
brother.
getting ready to have
brother
another
Farouk,
live
you have
performance.
something to tell us. Come on. Tell us on the air. Come on.
Yes, well, we're about to introduce to a very fine singer in the tradition of what we were just talking about. His name is Evans Thompson. And he's gonna do a live performance, but prior to that, we're gonna play a cut from one of his CDs. Evans Thompson, say hello. Welcome to
Evan Thompson's welcome. I'm just gonna play chairs, and I'm gonna let my brother here because you know him. It's better that you interview him. Come on.
Yeah, go on, Farouk.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm new to all of this.
And we thank you, Evans Thompson, for coming and to share your beauty with us here at WHCR 90.3 FM.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just waiting for everything to clear up before I say anything.
I know,
absolutely. I'm glad to be a part of this event. It's sorely needed.
Absolutely and utterly.
With that being said, actually, Lamont, I would like to sing a song that's right here, that's apropos to what's going on today. And then I guess you can go into some of the music that I've written.
All right. I'm hoping later, too, you can play.
I'll play a song
on the piano live broadcast, okay?
It's beautiful.
Evans Thompson right here at WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
All alone in this big city, going down, it won't be pretty. Revolution bound to happen. Time to choose, it's the great divide. Those who want and those with plenty. Clashing souls beneath our feet. Soon the blood flows through the city. The poor, the sick, and the rich elite. Long since gone is this great nation, sowing death instead of seeds. Humankind must ask this question: just how long can we keep the peace? How did we get this division? Time to set the story straight. We must bring forth our great vision. The world can't work when it's full of hate. The world can't work when it's full of hate. The world can't work when it's full of hate. I say it 3 times because it goes inside.
That's right. That's right. And he's going to bring it. We're going to give you an applause.
We're going to give you an applause, Evans Thompson, and we're going to play a cut from one of your CDs while we're setting up the live performance.
Bring your mic down just a little bit.
Yes, indeed. Okay, Evans. So we're going to go back in the performance studio while we listen to the creativity of this wonderful brother, Evans Thompson, right here at WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. I got a little excited. Thank you. This is Evans Thompson's music. And Evans, we're going to set you up, and you're going to do a live performance for us in the studio. Thank you. The music of Mr. Evans Thompson, and the cut to be played prior to this was Dolphina. And this song was written for a play in 2002 called The Legend of Troopman's Creek, written by Basha Apparin. We collaborated on this, wrote the words, and I wrote the music. Olatunji, the famous drummer, performed in the play. This song is in 6/8 and 4/4, and the congas play in a bembe style rhythm. And the trio consists of Thompson, obviously, on piano, drums. I can't make out that name. M. Glam, and bass, D. Nix. And we're about to hear a live performance. We're going to start right now. Evans Thompson, can you hear me?
Yeah, Evans Thompson on piano. Wow, let's give it up for Evans Thompson. Yeah, on piano. Live music on WHCR in Jazz Day, International Jazz Day, celebrating here on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. And he's right now it's 5:28. And listen, we didn't get that many calls. What's up with you people out there? Come on, we need your support. And the number to support us is 212-650-6903 is the number to call. And yes, here it is. My brother,
How are you?
Jens Thompson, they tell me that you not only play the piano, you play a few instruments. Tell us a little bit about you.
Let's see. I'm a conguero.
Okay.
Rumbero.
Okay. He's another rumbero right here, man.
Good.
Yeah, this from Cuba. Giovanni Terry. Say hello to him, Giovanni. Yeah.
I play with his brother all the time.
There you go.
Junior is magnificent.
Okay.
Don't have to tell Junior nothing.
All right. So tell us about your trio, man. What's anything going on with you? Tell us about it so people know about you. Harlem have to know, the world have to know.
Right. Yeah, I also play Afro-Cuban jazz. It's my lineage as a black American.
Okay.
And I also play rumba. And I'm not a santero.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the religion, but I am of the religion. So it's my music as well as anybody else's. And people from Cuba who do play jazz and other things, they recognize. A lot of people don't. That's okay with me. I'm just going to go straight ahead and do what I have to do. I learned my stuff from people in New York who were in touch with the Cubans.
Mm-hmm.
And
how long ago you been in the scene?
I've been in the scene since 1980. I did about 1981. I studied with Barry Harris. Piano.
Okay. There you go. The master.
Okay, I studied with the master. And I studied with Sonny Bravo, another master.
Yes, the Tito Puente pianist.
So, I had a ball studying with those people. I learned a lot. I learned how to study on my own from them.
Okay. Hold it right there. 212-650-6903 is the telephone number to call, and we're gonna have a conversation here. Giovanni Terry is here. Meet Giovanni Terry here, and your mic is open. Giovanni is going to be leading the Harlem Afro-Cuban Roots. He's going to be featured with his ensemble, the Jedebe Ensemble. And that's going to be May 15th in Aaron Davis Hall, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, it's presented by City College Center for the Arts. Okay, so me, Giovanni Terry, Mr. Thompson. Here.
How are you, Joe?
Yeah. Thank you for having me here, and on such an important day, which is the International Jazz Day, and to share with some of the best DJ in town, Daeja, Nelson, and the man.
Yes.
And Evans, that's now the studio with bringing all the spirits and the talent here. So it's a really great opportunity to be here.
Okay. All right, we're gonna later on play, but before that, we need the people to call, because that's why we're here as well. Okay, we are celebrating International Jazz Day, and we are in Harlem. We gotta show support. This is where everything started, didn't it? Harlem, okay? That's why we're calling this the Harlem Afro-Cuban Roots. All the roots were here.
This is such an important marriage,
yes,
between the Afro-Cuban roots and the Harlem music and jazz. And Giovanni, you were steeped in it. And so this performance at City College's Center for the Arts at what we call the Aaron Davis Hall on May 15th is going to be so representative of the unity that we find together in Latin jazz, in jazz in general, and moving it forward with you young lions.
And it's important for me to bring the work that I normally do with my band all over the world, and in New York most of the time downtown, to bring it to the community, because it's the community who need it the most, and also where I think there is people from all over the world that would appreciate also the work. So it's a really great opportunity to perform at Aaron Davis Hall.
And one thing, we actually gonna give a premium now for people to call. Okay, if you call, we're gonna have 3 pairs of tickets. Okay, these tickets is usually, we don't say prices, but these tickets are about $35. For $50, you can get 2 tickets for $50 pledge. So we're gonna have. So you can call right now 65212.
The sixth call.
Huh?
The sixth call.
The sixth caller. Okay, the sixth caller. Now, no, because if they all giving money, doesn't matter. Yeah. First come, first serve. They all give him the $50, man. So it's a different concept, because we got to get these people on the phone. Okay, the telephone number to call is 212
650
okay
6903. Again, area code 212-650 6903. One more once. Area code 212-650-6903. Please give us a call.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give him a sample of the music that we're gonna play there. We're gonna have 2 Grammy nominees. Okay, it's going to be Josvani Terres leading the music. He's going to be the musical director and his ensemble. Plus, Pedrito Martinez as an invited guest is going to be there.
Is he?
He used to be part of the Pedrito Martinez is joining this great performance.
We were playing some of his music earlier today.
Yeah, so we're going to play some more, and this is what you're going to be listening to at Aaron Davis Hall. Okay. May 15th at 8 o'clock, Friday, May 15th, okay? And the telephone number to call is 212-650-6903.
And
remember that.
What are we getting?
We're getting a pair of tickets for $50. Usually it's like more $80, and for $50, you get a pair of tickets. Okay, all right, there you go. And we only give it away 3 pairs. This is from the CD, The Throne King, Grammy-nominated CD.
Asohano liwedoe afrimaye liwedoe ayana liwedoe ayana liwedoe kututole liwedoe ayana liwedoe asoinke liwedoe ayana liwedo soye liwedo ayana liwedo.
Okay, that's the type of music that you're going to be listening to. And there's more, because there's some swinging jazz coming up also with that infusion, the jazz into the Afro-Cuban legacy. So that's going to happen on May 15th. And for $50 pledge, you can get a pair of tickets to go to this performance. So call now, brother. Call now, sister, because the tickets are going to be gone soon. All right? 90.3 FM Whcr, and this right here, you can hear what we call nowadays not only Afro-Cuban jazz, we also call it Afro-Latin jazz, because there is a fusion from all over the world, okay? Latin America, Europe, Africa, and the Caribbean. Everyone is doing this, and it's awesome what's happening now with the jazz in the jazz scene. We are here celebrating International Jazz Day. Josvani Terres is here with me, and he's going to be performing at Aaron Davis Hall May 15th. May 15th at Friday, May 15th at Aaron Davis Hall. It's located at 135th Street and Convent Avenue. And the telephone number to call to reserve the tickets is 212-650-6900. But guess what? For $50, you can get a pair of tickets for this show. Okay. Josvani, what do you think? Okay. How you feel about doing this show, man? This it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, it would be I think we've been preparing for the show, and we have really two special guests that are coming on that day. One is Xiomara Laugar. She's one of the divas of Cuban song, and also Gema Corredera, the second diva. With her, both of them, we're gonna have an incredible second set, doing a lot of boleros and a lot of music from the bolero feeling of Cuba. So it would be a really interesting night, because not only you will hear the work of my latest CD, New Throne King, but at the same time it's a rare opportunity to hear Gema Corredera and Xiomara singing for the first time together, which they've known each other for such a long time, but they never shared the stage.
And this kind of fusion with the specifically the Arara tradition of Cuba this is the third time that you perform this in the outside of Cuba and the United States, and I hear it's getting better and better every time. So
yeah, with this project that started back in 2007 when I started doing the research. We presented for the first time through Jazz Mobile here at Central Park, and then we brought it to Harlem Stage and brought it to the West Coast to present it at the Yerba Buena Garden Festival. So in New York, the most recent performance that we did was at the Jazz Standard for the CD release. And now we're finally bringing it back to Harlem to share with the community.
Great. Okay. Once again, we are in phone drive mode, as we do every April. We do it once a year. Once a year, folks. Okay. And we do really need your support. We don't come to you like every 3 months, like every quarter. We don't come to you just once a year to keep this listener-supported radio afloat, alive. Jazz music has to stay alive. We are one of the few radio stations in New York City that play this type of music like this. Once again, the telephone number to call is 212-650-6903, okay, for your pledge, and you get a premium of 2 tickets for Aaron Davis Hall, and that is the Harlem Afro-Cuban Roots with Josvani Terry and his Afro-Cuban Roots Jederbe Ensemble.
Gitana, ¿por qué tú eres así? Gitana, ¿por qué tú eres así? A la cutana, cana.
The telephone number to call is 212-650-6903. You get a pair of tickets to see this wonderful show. Harlem Afro-Cuban Roots, featuring Josvani Terry and his Afro-Cuban Roots de Jederbe, presented by City College Center for the Arts. May 15, Friday, 8 o'clock at Aaron Davis Hall, located at 135th on Convent Avenue. And this is another one of our stars that night, an invited guest. Suntress, Cuban Suntress. This is Gema Corredera. Josvani.
This is Gema Corredera doing one of Pedro Luis Ferrer composition, Ana Oye. really incredible song. So it's
what does that means? Anaoye.
Anaoye.
It's just an expression.
No, it's the name to which this song was dedicated.
Uh-huh.
So, but I mean, through Anaoye, you hear so much everything. The entire Caribbean is through that expression.
But you know what? It's funny because it's sometimes they listen to people singing in Spanish with the music in Spanish, but music is an universal language. And if you go to one of our shows, you hear Hispanic singing, but when you go to an Afro-Cuban, you hear all these all these different languages, African languages, that you guys speak very well, very fluently. You guys from Cuba. Why does that language stay in Cuba more than any other island in the Caribbean? You guys talk that perfectly.
Well, I mean, there is a reason for that. Cuba is like the biggest island of the Caribbean with 11 million citizens, but at the same time was the one that ended slavery the latest, and also the island in which kept the most the most different traditions that came out of Africa. So this was, represented not only their life, but also was the way they used to live in Africa. It was everything for them. So they kept it as a way to identify themselves and never to lose their culture.
Oh, okay. Good explanation. Okay, folks, we only have a few pairs of tickets, so give us a call. The telephone number to call is 212-650-6903, okay? And these tickets, you're getting a bargain. And not only, even if you're not getting a bargain, you are contributing for this music to stay alive, don't you think? Listen to that. Osmani Paredes on piano.
Mi boca seca en el sol. Maíta, maíta, soledad, maíta.
Well, once
do that right now. We waiting. Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay. Let me know because Wally, our sister Flo Wally, is going to be having her last show today, and she's going back home, and we're gonna be here to say goodbye to this dear friend of ours, colleague, and. Man, she gives us a line. What's up with her? No, she said, "I'm going home. It's time to go home." So I wish I was going home too. Back to the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, Puerto Plata. Oh my God, yes. All right, folks, we are on the phone drive for the jazz programming. So we need your support, right, Brother Farouk? Tell us about it. Come on.
Yes, we do need your support. Money talks, and we need it to keep this station alive. We need it to keep this station alive. You can go to our website at go to our website at www.whcr.org. Follow the prompts to where it says donation. Send your donations online. Safe, secure, and we need your support. The on-air number here is area code 212-650-6903. Again, that's area code 212-650-6903.
And you can also get us at 212-650-7481. So you can go to the phone number that Lamont just suggested, the phone number that I just suggested, and also our website. we survive and we live here with your donations. You know.
And you could also mail a check to the address
160 Convent Avenue,
CCNY City College, room.
What I'm not
1/513. Room 1/513, and that's New York, New York. 100.
You want to? I'm sorry. You want to indicate the NAC building on that?
The NAC building. You can, but they'll get it. Just make sure you indicate WHCR FM, WHCR FM, and it will get to us. And we do truly appreciate whatever you bring to us.
And I think Lamar had suggested a great idea earlier in the program that if you want to walk it in, come right on in and drop the money off. We'll take it any way you give it.
That's right. Anyway, we will take it any way you can give it. And it amazes me. This is International Jazz Day. We had big fun here at WHCR.
Oh boy, you guys made it the best. Nelson, you came, my God, and you brought
you asked me to come, so
at
5 o'clock I was here on the dock.
Listen, we got your Latin jazz, the best Latin jazz in the world. We got Kadir Perez, a genius. We have Laman Farouk Fenner, absolutely the best jazz in the world.
Okay, brother.
Boy, let me tell you, we had such a good time, and now we get to say goodbye to Flo and to thank her for her dedication. Is she here? Is she coming in?
Well, she's coming in soon. I want you guys to tell everybody when your show is on, so that people know. Okay.
This is Kadir Perez, and my show is on Wednesdays.
And what's the name of it?
Well, the name of the show is Nutmeg Jazz in the Middle.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting one.
Isn't that interesting?
Oh, wow. I told the story. Yeah. I gave the
Jazz in the middle of the week.
Middle of the week.
Yeah.
Middle of the universe.
Yes.
You know.
And the nutmeg, the spice.
Well, the nutmeg is a strong spice. It's a
and
good
you
herb.
Bring the strong, great jazz.
I'm glad that you like it. You know. And
remember who was it? Michelle Rosewoman, who alluded to Don Cherry, who you played.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yes. So every other Wednesday at 6 p.m., 6 to 8 p.m. Tune in.
So do tune into that show as well as Daia's show.
Yes.
First Light, Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation, 6 o'clock until 11.
On Saturday morning?
Saturday morning, 5 hours. Best time.
I think you know what? I think my sister. I think that's the longest show in WHCR.
It is the longest.
That's the longest show in WHCR.
And how is it that I never have enough time?
I know because every time I come here, there's a party going on. Oh my God!
Yes.
You know, you have that power of telling people, to gather people. You have that
magnetism.
That magnetism. You see what's going on here today.
That's right. And my program is Le Mans Jazz Break at 8.
Break at 8.
8 to 10 on Sunday.
No,
8 to 10 on Sunday. Why can I not know that? Every Sunday evening, 8 to 10, if it be the will of the Most High.
Yes.
Le Mans Jazz Break at 8. And I'm also known as Farouk. Generally Farouk Laman Fenner.
Mm-hmm.
But you can call me Laman. That's what my mama.
I call you Farouk.
That's what my mama be naming
call
me.
it Farouk.
Yeah.
You know.
And
that's right. And what about your show?
And my show is it's an eclectic show. We start with traditional jazz, and we go into the Latin jazz, and then we go into the Afro-Caribbean rhythms, and we end up with the El Son Cubano, which is, I call it the Hispanic blues. Okay, and that's how we end up. We start. It's a bilingual show. We start talking in English, and then in the middle of it, it gets crazy. Yes. It explodes, and then I start talking in Spanish and shouting and things like that.
And you follow Daia on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, but when I follow Daia, I have to be really, really, calm because it's the first light, the Gardens of Tranquility. Yes. So I have to come in, really, really smooth, and then it goes in crescendo, my brother. But it's always jazz. And the jazz supporter, this is the last call. 212-650-6903. And if you don't, come on, the last call. Because Flo Wally, our sister, is coming to give us her last show. So we all want to wait for her.
I would love if we could get her to come in so we can...
we can get her to come in.
Yeah. Bring her in.
Come on, Flo. Let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, up in here.
Yeah.
Up in here.
Yeah. Come on.
It's beautiful. It was a beautiful day. International Jazz Day in Harlem here at WHCR. How magnificent. Excuse me.
It's very interesting to me that how things work and come together if you just keep working. Just keep working.
That's right. Just keep working.
And
And they're all
and
kind of fall
all of the
place.
barriers and all of the closed doors,
Open.
they must fall away.
Yes.
They must fall away sooner or later if you keep doing your job.
That's Evan Thompson's.
Hey,
with
I've been doing it for
philosophy.
23 years, my brother.
You good?
Yeah. What do you think? What about you, brother?
Yeah,
Farouk?
I've been on and off for quite a while too.
Yes, and
20-something
Sister
odd years.
Daia
Well,
is
I'm celebrating 20 years
Woo,
right now.
yeah, so there you go. And she's been here like for 15 already. 10? 10?
And Flo Wiley,
years, yeah.
I want us to
Flo
give
Wiley,
Flo
yeah.
Wiley a hand.
Come on, girl, you take this mic. It's all yours.
Flo Wiley is.
We going on. You got to get your stuff together. Yeah, bring it on, and we'll get you on.
But don't we want to
Yeah.
sit down and vet her for
Yeah.
just a moment? We want to take a moment.
Yes,
just
take a
to-
moment. But she want to bring her
recognize
stuff first and have it ready.
Wherever you want to sit, darling.
Okay.
Wherever you're most comfortable.
And then I'll give you. And then I'll give you
Then we
your
fighting
throne
over
here.
Flo.
Then I'll give you your throne here. Yeah.
Hey,
Flo, we have to say thank you.
You are most welcome.
Yes,
thank
indeed.
you,
Yes.
all of you. All
Oh,
of
my
you
God.
were here when I got here.
Yes,
so
indeed.
thank you for holding it down so that I had some place to come
And you were
be at home
and to be yourself.
And you are going to be missed. You are going to be missed. And Flo Wiley has agreed. She's going to be going out to the West Coast. And she agreed that she was going to call me every first Sunday to give me a report about the jazz scene on the West Coast.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So she's going to be your reporter.
Every first Sunday.
And you know what? Look out for Sister Flo Wiley because she's going to be doing radio there as well. So
Yeah.
so
good.
very
Good
soon we're
stuff.
going to tell you where she's going to be. So
Exactly.
all right.
Exactly.
So
And all
you
over
can't
the
stop,
world on the
sister. You know
internet. Oh,
you're
no.
too good. You can't stop. You know
mean-
people want you.
People want you.
Yeah.
Trust me, with the
Yeah.
WHCR training, I can work anywhere.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
because
right.
not only is it
You
this
got
stuff
that right.
on the board and on the air, but it's
Yeah.
all of our emergency preparedness.
Absolutely.
We don't know how good we are and how big our ticket can get punched in the big world. Well, you know,
Yes,
you
yes.
left us and moved on up a couple years,
a
several
couple
years
of
ago.
notches, honey.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So it's great training here at WHCR. I'm grateful for it. It doesn't seem like 13 years.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
It just doesn't.
Isn't
How
that
long have you
something?
been here, Farouk?
Over 20 years.
And
Over
how long
20
for you?
I've only been here about 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
It was Masood Tariq Tao who sends you well wishes.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
Who was
thank
here,
you.
who let
Thank
me
you.
Brother
sit in with
Masood.
him.
Yeah.
And then he gifted me with the show.
His show. All right. All right.
You know, he was my mentor too,
Oh,
Brother
is that
Masood
right?
Toritao.
Great spirit.
I learned
Yeah.
a lot about jazz with him. You know, we used to
Wow.
play games here. Like, okay, we used to play a tune, and then as soon as the sax or whatever start playing, he said, "Okay, this is so and so tune, and this is the guy playing behind the instrument." He used to know. I said, "What?
Yeah.
You are incredible."
Well, you
That's-
picked something up from him because the reason I love listening to your show on Saturday morning is not only do you play great music, but I learned so much. And that's the thing that's true with Farouk and also true with Daia. It's a special gift for community radio and public
Yes.
radio and non-commercial radio is that we get to really talk about what it is we're there to do. It's
Absolutely.
just so special in the world, and I hope that people are calling in and contributing because we need to make sure that this opportunity continues to exist. Because
Absolutely.
commercial radio is not the answer, people.
That's
No.
right.
It is not. There's nobody doing
right.
this on commercial radio.
Well, we have
Community-
had some day.
And
We
we
had
have-
broadcasts from Paris, the live International Jazz Day. We've
And my
linked with
homegirl, Michelle Rosewoman, was here. She's
That's
from the
right.
Bay Area.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. She's from
yeah.
Oakland.
That's right. She said
Oh,
Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah, she's wonderful. What a
So,
spirit.
Flo Wiley,
Yeah.
I'm going to get up and get out of the studio
All right.
and let you do your thing.
All right,
right.
stay
For the rest
tuned,
of-
everybody.
almost
All
done.
right.
Listen,
now.
I
that down.
just want to say again, thank you. I wish you all
Thank
the
you,
best.
Nelson.
I love you.
Thank you,
and may
Nelson.
God be with you.
Ah,
Okay, wherever
thank
you
you.
go. Okay.
I'm closing tonight with
Yes.
Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios. Vaya con Dios, Flo Wally. Yeah, I'll give you the
All
mic.
right.
This is all
No,
yours.
I will be in at 6. I got to go grab my
Okay,
guests
so we'll
and
play
my
some
music and everything.
Can we
Flo.
can we close up the
Bye.
yeah, let's close it up.
And thank you for
Come on, let's close it up. Let's close it up.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
let's close up
That's
the
right.
phone drive. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Sister Daya.
the fun.
You no,
drive.
I like to say something here.
Yes, sir.
The person responsible, the one that was at the front of all this is Sister Daia. She was the one that I don't know how you got this to be Latin jazz. You had the idea to do it on
My heart.
on this. You have the idea to do it on this day, exactly on this day. people have to support, and you put all these together, all these artists, all these folks, all our colleagues. You made
we
a call.
all work together.
Yes.
You brought Josvani, and my brother brought Amy Allen and Evans Thompson, and Kadir, you brought all the grace and conversation with Steve Kroon, and we worked together. But that was what it was all about. For International Jazz Day in Harlem, all of the jazz hosts on WHCR as Harlem Community Radio came together to show love for our community and for one another.
Absolutely.
And I think we did a nice job.
Wow.
Excellent job.
And the past 4 Saturdays, I spent Saturday mornings with Daia.
He supported me like family.
Right, but this Saturday, I will be sitting at home drinking hot green tea.
You always
and
call
I'll be
me.
listening I'll be listening.
Well, actually,
from the comfort of home.
Yes,
From the comfort of home.
I had the pleasure of hosting her show when she goes down south to her granddaughter's college graduation.
College
Beautiful.
graduation,
So
yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's right. That's on May 9th.
May 9th.
May 9th, okay.
And listen, and be here for Kadir, because Kadir does a slamming job.
I appreciate
Deeply
that.
sophisticated
Thank you
jazz.
very much.
I'll be listening,
Yeah.
calling in like I sometimes do with
Yes, you do.
Yes,
Yes, you
sir.
do.
That's right.
Well, so this is it. We will be back next year at this time, on this month. Again, we're going to come at you. And, gather all your friends, because we didn't do as good. But for those of you who did pledge, thank you so much from the bottom of our heart.
And for our sister Corliss
Yes.
and Nancy and everyone who came in and walked in their gifts of love, we thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So here we go. Closing up, que viva la música, que viva, long live American folk music, jazz, and the Afro-Latin jazz. Que viva la música. Hasta la próxima.
When the elephants see you, they turn and run in the opposite direction. Mean a woman, you ride into town on the back of Sobo. Here, have some gin. Let me offer you this shiny bracelet. Mean a woman, devotee of Mami Wata. What is that you are holding by its hair? A man's head. Mean a woman, you dance on the snout of a crocodile. Mean a woman, you have never slept with a man. Mean a woman, yet you invite Dambala into your bed. Dambala climbs into bed with you. Your body is his playground. Mean a woman, you raided our village. Mean a woman, you sold my father for a musket.
New York.